Well, you've probably read an article, or more so, perhaps seen this video.
Investigators released this cell phone video. It shows burglars loading up a U-Haul truck with nearly $10,000 in Lego sets.
They pried right there.
Scott Nelson, the owner of Sasquatch Bricks, says it took just 3 minutes for the thieves to target the toys and get away.
This is a violation of our family.
Of people stealing Lego from, in particular, that is bricks and minifigures. But, you know, obviously there's some obvious reasons why people try and steal Lego. It's pretty expensive. But there are some more interesting ways that people have been stealing Lego, mostly in the past 5 years, that I didn't even know about. So I kind of wanted to talk about today, obviously, the kind of a little bit of a reason, the big reason why people try and steal Lego, and the main avenues that they take to be able to steal that Lego. But before we get into that, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new. I really appreciate it. Now, let's hop into it. So obviously, the most common way that people steal Lego is usually from a retail store, and it is three main ways. Obviously, stealing a whole set, or oftentimes people sometimes will open a set and try and get the bags. That's why a lot of them have spider webs in stores. Also trying to snipe a figure. That would be more at like a bricks and minifigures, trying to steal the figures. This is also why Lego has separated, you know, back in the day, every set had the minifigures in bag one, which were the more expensive part if you're just trying to get a small portion and not really set off alarms too much. Weight-wise, this is why Lego has separated the minifigures, is to stop people from stealing just bag one and getting all the minifigures. This is also why people like at Bricks and Minifigures, that's why the minifigures are behind cases. And that's also how you see, so those are the most common ways, but people have broken into, in particular, I've seen Bricks and Minifigures. I think I showed a video in the beginning of people literally breaking into Bricks and Minifigures to get the figures, not necessarily sets, but to get the figures. Now, that's kind of the main way. That would be a way that pretty much everyone's used to. Now, there's a new one that I almost have experienced myself. I've kind of experienced the other end of it, but I didn't really understand or hear about it until this week. So, online stealing. Now, you're like, how could that necessarily happen? Well, it happens this way. People make a big order, and then either their card information is fraudulent and it bounces, is one way, and then another way is people will buy Lego figures, they'll get them in, and then they claim they were damaged and not as advertised, and they will try and get their money back that way. In MGS Brick's video on his going from 1 penny to Cloud City, which, by the way, I'll link it down below. It's a really cool little video. You should check it out. But anywho, in that video, he used a penny and would try and progressively get more expensive Lego things off of the next one to finally be able to save up and get 2002, 2003 Cloud City. I can't remember which year exactly it came off. But one guy ended up able to steal from him because he bought all the figures. They came in, he's like, oh, they're overly damaged, and they were not as damaged as he said they were. Some of them were, but they were not as damaged as he claimed to be. He issued a refund, but he forgot to wait on the refund until the shipping label had been created and dropped off. So the guy ended up scamming him. So that is and this is the main way that I didn't really understand about people doing or being able to do, and I was first brought onto it by Real D's Bricks, I believe. He runs mostly a big giant Lego shop, mostly an online Lego shop, but he does do some like videos and reels, and I saw that one that he did, and it was crazy to me. So that was a new one to me. Another one this one is another one I heard of from a Whatnot streamer, but this is allegedly, okay, so there's not definitive proof for this. So I have to say allegedly, because if it ever found out, obviously some of you guys don't know, but if you don't know, like if I say it as fact and ends up not being fact, the person who finds out could sue me for damages, blah, 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 I don't think they'd ever find out because I'm not that big of a channel, but besides, anywho, just have to put that little disclaimer. Allegedly, I was watching a Whatnot streamer. He brought in some Legos to a Bricks and Minifigures, and and an employee said, hey, why don't you go check out other figures and sets, and I'll give you a price on what we could do. He did that, came back, and didn't end up going with the deal, so took his stuff home, but he forgot that a high-value figure was with the set, and didn't realize it, and then got home and remembered, oh, it should be here, and it wasn't. So allegedly, a Bricks and Minifigures employee stole a high-value figure. So you probably need to be careful about that as well, which is very, very unfortunate that a secondhand Lego store employee is stealing high, expensive figures if you don't notice. So that's pretty unfortunate. Again, allegedly, but I mean, I don't get why the guy's not fired, but that's beside the point. So, traitor! Why are so many people just trying to steal Legos, and in particular Lego minifigures, and going to such creative ways to do it? Well, really, it's the increased demand and high prices that have attracted people trying to steal and therefore resell these items. Any high-value item, and we've seen it almost throughout history, any high-value item that has a big demand also rises, with it arises a desire or a goal of people to try and steal it and sell it at a discount because they know they can make money quickly. So so it's been around since history, and Lego in particular has been pretty expensive for the past like 10, 15 years, but in particular post-COVID with the huge demand in the desire for Lego figures, that's where you've seen a lot of fake figures coming. You have to be careful of those. That's where you see people stealing minifigures and sets, more so minifigures, to resell them at a discount price because they know they can move them quickly. There is quite a lucrative ability to make money quickly behind stealing figures, and that's why we've, I think, really seen a big uptick in stealing, especially on the online sector. I didn't even think about that. That's something I do need to be aware of as I sell online with Lego figures. That's something I need to be vigilant about. I have to be vigilant on the other end of getting scammed, of people not actually having figures and it being too good of a deal, but now I have to be vigilant on the other end of people buying figures and then claiming things and stealing them that way. So you got to be careful on both ends, guys. It's a difficult world out there. So, to go along with that, let me know what stories you have heard of people trying to steal Lego, or what creative ways you've heard of people stealing Lego. I would be interested to know in the comments. Again, also, if you would like to support the channel, please check out the link below. I've just started Patreon recently, and also channel membership, so you get a cool, fun perks. You get to join the Grand Army of the Republic. It'd be a really big help to me, and I would love to have you over there. So if you're interested, check it out. And also, if you are interested in getting rid of any of your Legos, direct message me on Instagram. I'll give you the best deal I can. Obviously, I have Whatnot, so I'd be reselling them. So if you're looking to get rid of any of your Legos, direct message me on Instagram. I will give you the best deal I can. But just want to put those shameless plugs at the end. Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know down below what the craziest story you've heard of people stealing Legos, and I'll catch you guys next time.